Welcome to the Palace of Illusions, a place where myths and stories intertwine. Join me as we step inside and uncover its timeless secrets.
Knowledge Bandara, an animated video presenting the world's best-selling books.
Hello friends, welcome back. Close your eyes for a moment and think about the Mahabharata. We remember mighty warriors, the great battles and the divine weapons. But what about women at the heart of it all? What about Draupadi, the queen, the wife, the woman who has gambled away, humiliated and yet powerful enough to change the course of the history? Today we are exploring the Palace of Illusion by Chitra Banerjee Divakaruni, a mesmerizing retelling of Mahabharata from Draupadi's own perspective. In this novel, she is no longer just a character standing in the shadows of heroes. She becomes a voice, bold, emotional, intelligent, and fiercely independent. This is the story of a woman trying to discover her destiny, her desires, and her strength in a world ruled by men. Let's begin. The story opens with Draupadi introducing herself not as a victim, not as a queen, but as a woman trying to make sense of her destiny. She is the daughter of King Draupadi of Panchala, but her birth is anything but ordinary. Draupadi and her brother Drushtadumna are born from a sacred ritual, a yajna, performed by their father. King Draupadi desires revenge against the enemies and he prays for a powerful son who can fulfill that mission. From the flames emerge two children, her brother first and then Draupadi. At her birth, a prophecy declares that she will change the course of history. But despite this divine beginning, Draupadi grows up feeling unwanted and unseen. Her father favors her brother, training him in warfare and leadership. He groomed to be a warrior and heir. Draupadi, on the other hand, is given only limited education. She is taught beauty, grace, and obedience, qualities expected of a princess. She constantly questions, if both of us were born from the same sacred fire, why is he valued more than me? From a young age, Draupadi struggles with loneliness. She longs for her father's affection and mother's love, which she never truly experienced. Her only emotional support comes from her grandmother, nurse, and her deep friendship with Krishna, who becomes her confident and spiritual anchor. As Draupadi comes of age, her father organizes a grand Swayamvara, a contest where kings compete to win her hand in a marriage. Warriors from across the land gather, among them Karna, a powerful and skilled archer. He nearly wins the contest, but Draupadi publicly rejects him, questioning his royal birth. This moment becomes one of the most controversial and emotionally complex decisions of her life. Later in the novel, she reflects on this moment with regret and hidden admiration for Karna. Eventually, Arjuna wins the contest in disguise. Draupadi believes she will marry him alone, but fate intervenes. When Arjuna brings her home, he jokingly tells his mother Kunti that he has brought a gift. Without seeing what it is, Kunti tells him to share it equally among his brothers. Bound by obedience and social rules, Draupadi is forced to marry all five Pandava brothers. In that moment, she feels betrayed, not just by fate, but by the man who remains silent. She waits for Arjuna to protest. He doesn't. Her marriage to five husbands becomes a powerful symbol of how a woman's life is often controlled by customs, family honor, and male authority. Though she accepts her destiny, she never stops questioning it internally. After political settlements, the Pandavas are given a separate kingdom. There, they build a magnificent Maya Mahal, the Palace of Illusion. This palace is magical. Floors look like water, water looks like glass, walls reflect endless images. It is beautiful, mysterious, and grand. For Draupadi, this place represents pride, achievement, and a sense of belonging. It feels like something that is truly hers. But this happens in short-lived. When Duryodhana, leader of Kauravas, visits the palace, He becomes confused by its illusions and falls into a pool of water, mistaking it for solid ground. Draupadi laughs. That single laugh wounds his pride deeply. Humiliated Duryodhana owes a revenge, and that revenge comes in the most brutal way possible. Duryodhana, along with cunning uncle Shakuni, invites the Pandavas to a game of dice. But that game is rigid. One by one, Yudhishthira gambles away his wealth, his kingdom, and the brothers. And finally, Draupadi herself. She dragged into a royal court, questioned, insulted, and humiliated. The men who should protect her remain silent. When they attempt to undress her, she prays desperately to Krishna. Miraculously, her saris become endless. No matter how much they pull, it never ends. Krishna saves her dignity. But what truly stands out in this scene is not just the miracle, it is Draupadi's voice. She questions the elders in the court. She asks if a man has already lost himself, does he have the right to gamble away his wife? Her courage shakes the assembly, yet no one gives her clear answer. This moment becomes the emotional turning point of the story. Her humiliation becomes one of the main cause of great war of Kurukshetra. The Pandavas are sentenced to 13 years of exile. During exile, Draupadi endures hardship, discomfort, and danger, yet she remains resilient. Her anger and desire for justice burn stronger than ever. Eventually, war becomes inevitable. The Kurukshetra War is devastating. Millions die, brothers fight brothers, teachers fight students. The Pandavas win, but victory feels hollow. So much has been lost. Draupadi too loses her children in the war. Revenge has been achieved, but peace does not follow. After ruling for some years, the Pandavas get the news of Krishna's death. Without him, the world feels empty. They decide to renounce their kingdom and seek for moksha. On the final journey toward the Himalayas, Draupadi is first to fall. As she lies dying, she reflects on her life, her love for Arjuna, her complicated bond with Karna, her anger, her pride, her mistakes, and her strength. Her journey was not just about revenge or royalty, it was about finding her voice in a world that tried to silence her. In conclusion, The Palace of Illusion is not just a mythological retelling, it is the feminist interpretation of an ancient epic. The novel explores gender discrimination, male domination, identity and self worth, love and jealousy, power and revenge, freedom and destiny. Chitra Banerjee presents Draupadi as a modern woman trapped in an ancient world. She questions traditions, she demands justice, she seeks love, she makes mistakes, and most importantly, she speaks. Through Draupadi, the author reminds us that behind every epic war, every heroic tale, there are unheard voices. If you enjoyed this summary, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more book summaries. Until next time, keep reading. Bye.